News 13's Evan Donovan picks up our team coverage now from Kill Devil Hills. He's been live on the shore starting on News 13 Early Edition when Arthur became a hurricane. And Evan, this is quickly becoming an even more dangerous situation than many people first thought.
Yeah, it certainly is, Vic, but you'd never know it looking up and down the coastline here. I mean, if you look behind me, people are out here just enjoying what's a beautiful day on the North Carolina beaches. In fact, we'll show you some video that we shot earlier today. Lots of families out here enjoying the beach while they can, trying to get in some last-minute sand time before Hurricane Arthur makes its way up the coast. And, you know, the Outer Banks Tourism Agency was expecting about 250,000 people for 4th of July weekend. I suppose it's probably a little less sparsely populated than it normally would be, but there are still quite a few people out here. But we know preparations are taking place. Governor Pat McCrory held a press conference this morning. He talked about sending 105 National Guardsmen into the eastern counties, as well as 40 heavy vehicles, particularly on Highway 12. That's that main stretch of road that links the southern Outer Banks with particularly those islands like Ocracoke and Hatteras. Hatteras on a mandatory evacuation since 5 o'clock this morning. Ocracoke on a voluntary evacuation. And Tony Tata, Department of Transportation head, also talked about increasing ferry service from 6 ferries to 6 ferries from the normal 2 ferries in between those islands to help facilitate those evacuations. But people around here, we talk to a lot, both residents and tourists, they're really split half and half down the middle. Some say they're staying and they're going to ride out the storm. Some say that they're going. We talked to one family from Winchester, Virginia, who's here for their daughter's 21st birthday. They said they're going to hunker down. Hey, what are you gonna
We're going to stay. We've been here for 2 other hurricanes, and we've rode those out right on the beach, and they've been a little rough here and there, but we're going to try it. We're going to ride it out. This is our vacation, so we're here till Sunday. We're going to try it.
It's really just a waiting game at this point. You know, I talked to the Dare County emergency management folks, and Captain Brian, she said, look, it's pretty much just a wait and see when we find out more about what this storm is going to do. And when I told her that I was from Asheville, she said, oh, well, you know, this isn't like snow. We can't brine the roads or put down salt. It's just a matter of waiting to see what Arthur is going to bring. Reporting live from Kill Devil Hills, I'm Evan Donovan for News 13.
And now to this afternoon's top story, which of course is our team coverage of Hurricane Arthur. News 13's Evan Donovan is back out at Kill Devil Hills for us. And Evan, it looks like the winds have started to pick up just a little bit more than when we first saw you around 5 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, good catch there, Vic. Actually, it is much windier, and it's actually even just windier than it was 30 minutes ago when I talked to you. But you'd never know a hurricane was on the way if you look behind me. I mean, the beach is full. Not quite as many people as would be here probably on a normal 4th of July holiday weekend. You know, the Outer Banks Tourism Agency was expecting about 250,000 people to come down here. But it is still quite full, and there are a lot of people enjoying those last few rays of sunshine on the beach before they have to take preparations for Hurricane Arthur, which we do know is expected to come hit the North Carolina coastline possibly sometime this afternoon, evening, into the overnight hours. You know, Governor McCrory had a press conference earlier this morning. He talked about some of the preparations that the state is taking. They've opened their emergency operations center to coordinate response. They've got 105 National Guardsmen in place in the 26 eastern North Carolina counties that are under a state of emergency and this hurricane warning. They've also got swift rescue boats in place coming out of Kinston. That's to be able to help rescue people on both the inlets and the sounds as well as on the Outer Banks should this thing hit hard and leave people stranded. We've talked to a lot of different people, both residents as well as people who are here visiting just for the holiday, and everything's kind of split. A lot of people are saying that they're going to leave by Friday morning. A lot more are saying that they're going to stay down and try to hunker down. We actually talked to one woman who said that she tried to leave, but the hotel that she's staying at wouldn't let her.
Well, we went to the front desk yesterday to say, can we leave early because we're worried about the, hurricane coming. And we were told by the front desk people, no, you cannot leave unless you're going to be charged. And we're like, well, can we just be charged a penalty? And they said, no, our manager said you can't be just charged a penalty. You're going to be charged for the entire week.
So a difficult situation for that family. Obviously, they have some decisions to make. They said they're actually going to try to go to a different hotel a little bit further up the coast. But a lot of people going through that decision right now, not sure whether or not to stay or to go. Obviously, for a lot of people who live here, they're used to this kind of weather. We've had major hurricanes hit the Outer Banks here in the past, some doing devastating damage, others not doing so much. So it's really a mixed bag. I talked to Dare County's emergency management people. They said at this point it's really just a waiting game to see what Arthur can bring. And until the storm starts to hit, there's not much they can do in the meantime. Reporting live from Kill Devil Hills, I'm Evan Donovan for News 13.